Asus launched its ZenFone 4 series in India early this year. These smartphones were built to cater to the selfie-loving audience. The ZenFone 4 Selfie is the entry point into this series and is priced at 9,999 rupees. Now, while this makes it accessible to a lot of people, is it equipped to deliver the full selfie experience? And how does it stack up against its competition? We find out. The body of the Asus ZenFone 4 Selfie is made of plastic, but it does look and feel premium. The front sports a 5.5-inch HD IPS screen which has 2.5D curved glass on top. Asus hasn't specified that there's any sort of protection for the front, so you might want to be careful when handling this phone. Below the screen is a home button with an integrated fingerprint scanner and capacitive touch buttons on either side. The front camera has a selfie flash and the usual sensors are positioned right next to it. We found the volume buttons to be placed a little too high, which forced us to shuffle the phone in our hand to reach them. Asus has equipped the ZenFone 4 Selfie with a Snapdragon 430 processor clocked at 1.1 GHz. There's 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage. Internal storage is expandable by up to 2 TB using the dedicated microSD card slot. The ZenFone 4 Selfie is a dual SIM device and has 2 nano SIM slots. It has support for 4G and VoLTE on both slots, but only one SIM can latch onto a 4G network at a time. Asus has packed in a 3000 mAh battery, which is the average capacity we expect from most smartphones today. The HD screen reproduces color well and viewing angles are good. We found it to be usable even under sunlight. However, if you like more saturated displays, you might be left wanting for more, as there is no way to tweak the display settings. The fingerprint scanner is fairly accurate, but the phone takes a little longer than we would like to unlock. Asus ships the ZenFone 4 Selfie with Android Nougat and its own Zen UI 4 on top. We found Zen UI to be easy to use and it has minimal customizations compared to stock Android. The company has also built in touch and motion gestures that let you launch apps and interact with the phone. You can enable a one-handed mode by double tapping the home button. This shrinks the content on the screen such that it is easier to use with one hand. The ZenFone 4 Selfie is powerful enough to handle day-to-day tasks without any lag or stutter. With 3 GB of RAM, multitasking between apps was quick. The phone managed to run most of our usual games without any issues. Battery life with the ZenFone 4 Selfie was decent and the phone managed to deliver 1 day of light to medium use. In our HD video loop test, it managed to clock 10 hours and 3 minutes. The Asus ZenFone 4 Selfie sports a 13-megapixel rear camera with face detection autofocus and a 13-megapixel selfie camera with an f2.0 aperture. It has a single LED flash at the back and another one on the front for selfies. The camera app has quick toggles for HDR mode, portrait mode, and the timer and the flash. There are multiple modes like panorama, time-lapse, beauty, pro, and super resolution. Pro mode lets you adjust multiple camera parameters before taking photos. The phone takes some time to lock focus and we found it to have a bit of shutter lag. Photos taken with the ZenFone 4 Selfie were average. We observed that daylight shots lacked detail and some also had a bit of purple fringing. Zoom into a shot and you can see a watercolor effect. Macros are harder to take as you have to wait for the phone to lock focus. Night shots are barely usable. The phone keeps noise in check but oversharpens the output, resulting in poor image quality. Selfies are good though and have a good amount of detail. Selfie beautification mode is effective at smoothing faces. The selfie flash makes it easy to take photos in low light. The Asus ZenFone 4 Selfie is priced at 9,999 rupees and has decent hardware, but the camera performance is below average. If you intend to take a lot of selfies or use the live beautification mode, it could be a good choice. But if you want an all-rounder, the Redmi Note 4 is still our pick. Thanks for watching. For all things tech, log on to gadgets360.com.